Are you a volunteer?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been on their like email list forever, and so when I saw this, I was like, I finally an opportunity to go out and check it out. So.
Wait, you got it from the email list?
Yes, I've been on their email list probably since last fall.
Why?
I filled out a survey.
No, who are you?
Oh, who am I?
Yeah, like why did you get involved?
So I work at the Jefferson School, right around the corner, and so they sent staff like.
I was just talking about that because I was trying to get Andrew Douglas to put some sculptures in this thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually got the name changed because it was McIntyre.
Yes. I knew the name had changed.
So what's your name?
Oh, my name is Heather Tebenhoff, and I work at the Jefferson School. I actually work for literacy volunteers.
Oh, shut up. Okay, good. This is so good. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
I am Charlottesville Public Access TV.
Oh, okay.
And I had filmed Andrea when she opened the Jefferson School.
Yes. Okay.
So this is a full circle.
Nice.
Yes, and so you are so awesome. Okay, let me let you go back to them.
Yeah.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden of the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Hi, I'm Robin Hoffman. I'm a public artist here in Charlottesville, and I'm on a tour right now because I help volunteer a little bit with putting down the mulch and things like that. But mostly I volunteered online to try to get the botanical gardens created for the community. So anyway, working with these people is amazing. They put in 60 hours a week for 2 years just to get to this point. We're taking a tour right now. I don't want to get lost, but I want to welcome you in a day, a minute with artist Robin Hoffman, new series, Botanical Gardens of Piedmont. And I'm so excited. They told me that what's happened now is the very beginning, and there's a whole bunch of people that put it together for them or with them, and they're getting grants and building goodness, help put things together. And then anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this series.
I'll show you that pic in a minute. I wanted to let you all see this because it's kind of hard to kind of gauge it, but from this aquatics garden area, you actually will be able to see our meeting green and our building from here, so that you'll be able to walk downhill to this area or back uphill, and they'll connect to one another is the point.
That'll be the amphitheater up there?
The amphitheater and the building
slope.
right up in that area. Yeah, there's kind of a natural hollow out that we've all thought would be perfect for the amphitheater. So one thing that's important to know is this is actually, this perennial creek is part of the Chesapeake watershed. And so it's kind of fun to think that we're part of that in our own little way. And so the city will be doing a stream restoration this year. And the nice thing about the stream restoration is as they're grading the banks and doing all of that, they are going to work within the parameters of our design so we don't have to redo anything when we get ready to put in our features. And that will help improve the life cycle of the creek. And one of our missions is to help the city with the education component of what a stream restoration is, what you do, what impact it has. So stay tuned as that restoration begins. We'll do that education component. So this picture, we're also interested in making sure that we create a feature that can help with storm drainage issues and not create more issues. So the way that this basin works is in times when there's not a lot of water flow, you'll actually be able to walk down on the rocks at the base and sit and enjoy the trickle of the stream. But in times where we get large water movement, the basin will be able to capture that so that it's not rushing down the creek and eroding the stream bed even more. So hopefully it'll be kind of a fun gathering place. And then a land bridge will go across that end above the waterfall so that you can access the tree canopy that Sarah was telling you about from there. And I'll show a picture of the tree canopy if you want to say something about it. I'll learn too, whether they remove silt or how much and all of that kind of thing. It's kind of an interesting process. I'm going to look forward to learning too.
Yeah, these pictures, I haven't seen these pictures before.
These are all on the website. All of these pictures are on our website. And so as Sarah was saying, the tree canopy will literally, so you'll enter the canopy from that side at ground level, and as you walk in this direction, you'll find yourself higher and higher in the trees. And so there'll be a viewing platform as Sarah described, and then once you're in the top, you'll slide down on it if you want to. On a big slide. I don't know if we have a picture here of that. I don't know if we do. There is one on our website of the tree canopy. I was in one in California about 2 years ago. It was amazing. And I felt safe too. Like the way they designed it, they had a couple of sections that were a little soft where kids could like run across a little like bridge thing that moved a little bit with ropes. But for the most part, it was like a solid treehouse kind of a thing. And it was really magical. So I feel like I'm very excited to see it happen. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't remember the name of that little garden. It was just like a little public park. But it also had a play stream for children to play in the rocks of the stream. It was quite advanced.
St. John the Divine Church on 125th Street has that. Has a peacock thing, the sculptures.
By
Oh, this is
GPS
beautiful.
or
Look at that.
coordinates. And we will try to save as many of these trees on site as we can. And we know where the native trees are and where the larger, more valuable trees are. So that will help us in our planning. But we did think that labeling a few of them for people just walking through here would be good. So I'm just showing you there's one of them too.
Joan, whose equipment is this?
So you have been volunteering for how many years?
The city.
Oh, just this year. I just retired. So, yay!
I
And
also belong to the senior softball team, by the way. Hint, hint.
oh,
It
nice.
looks like it's raining.
So Tom and I together retired and we're volunteering. So yeah,
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so what part of Charlottesville
So
do
they
you live?
probably are
we live in
getting ready to
Pantops.
start
Okay.
sending
I
out
live in Willow Mills. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh,
Okay, let's go.
good.
Isn't this fun?
Yes.
I do not know if anything has happened. That's a good question. You should ask Jill.
What you mean by that?
Jill might know.
Yeah, so I retired, but I was an RN vaccinator for CBS. I did the nursing homes, and then I did. I have like 2 pensions, one from NYU, I was the administrator there, and then one from the New Jersey school system.
Oh, so you came down here.
My husband's doing a PhD at UVA for science education,
Wonderful.
and then I just got stuck.
Well, good. You're here.
Yes, I'm. You know, it have been. My husband's environmental science. Me, my mom was a painter, so I paint. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It keeps me here. But this
yeah.
Botanical Gardens saves me a trip to Montreal.
There's a beautiful garden in Richmond.
Oh yes, I know.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
that and drive-ins. If I don't go to the Botanical Gardens in the summer, I'm real pissed.
Have you been to
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's really nice meeting you guys.
Yeah. I'm a nurse also.
Oh, where?
Well, I just retired from UVA.
Oh, what are you doing?
Nursing administration.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
I did work for UVA telemedicine
doing the wind?
Good.
with Dean Sullivan and
So you can see as we're coming
Is that
through
regular
here,
thing?
there's all these nice
Yeah,
gathering
Guardians?
areas. You're very
Okay.
welcome to
For a
come
couple
here at
hours.
any time yourself
When's the other
and
Wednesday?
walk
Every
the
other
site
Wednesday.
and enjoy one of these outdoor.
Right now, it's for the summer. It's 8:30. 8:30 to 10. So it's nice.
So what department were you?
Yeah. So it was
Nursing administration. I
good.
worked
They
with
were
our
doing
magnet
12.
program.
You're the star of the show. You really, I did the mural, the website for
the
heroes, the cartoon thing. Do you remember that? I did characters for like 3 weeks.
Because of the equipment, we kind of didn't come up the trail, but I want to let you know that if you ever come back and wander the trails, we do have a white walnut, a butternut, on this site. Actually, there's two of them. There's one larger one and one smaller one that we didn't know we had on this site. They're fairly rare here because they succumb to disease pretty easily. And these two trees, Bartlett came in, took the vines out of them, and restored them to health, and they look great. So next time you're wandering around, I know the bigger of the two is labeled. So nice sized tree.
Say the name again of the tree.
Butternut. It's a Juglans. Anybody remember the Alba? White.
And
Juglans alba.
And where's the butternut here?
It's on the trail. This trail here that we didn't go down because of the
We could go down, I think.
I thought there was
Partway.
one visible up in here. No?
No, I think it's back that way. Yeah.
This just goes back to the
I
road.
don't think it's very far down.
Yeah, you're welcome to walk
I
down
thought I
there.
remember it being in front of it.
I don't know when that next
And that's so cool.
in the middle of this stuff that didn't seem like much of
Nice
anything.
big elderberry up here too.
That's
So you didn't go on the tree tour yet?
No.
Yeah, so they have a tree tour.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
gosh. And then you like, wherever you go, like, you know, the Vanna River Trail, whatever, Darden Park, you like look at the trees for the first time.
No, it's wonderful.
So good. That's what the Botanical Gardens is.
Yes, to be educating, right?
Educating, getting you to observe nature closely.
The Monticello Trail has a nice labeling of trees too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I took go on a hike.
Yeah.
I did until I broke my ankle, but
Oh, that'll set you back.
I'm getting repaired by Joseph Parks, by the way.
Ah, good.
She's a UVA coach. And she had chronic, she's an athlete, she has chronic one.
This is that stuff we have down at our pond. Sometimes milkweed berry, I think.
A lot of butterflies actually use it, but I don't know if it's a larval.
It's very similar in terms of a tent garden and a peace garden. Peace garden.
It is a native.
place for meditation or something like that.
Okay, any questions before we start heading back? I hope we gave you some good information and got you excited, and if you've walked this site before, it's really transformed quite a bit. Question?
Yes, I just wondered, you know, it took 2 years for really to get to this place because of all the effort administratively, technically, and then zoning-wise and all that, right? But what about moving forward? Do you think there's like a timeline of things that are going to happen, or are you just going to wait and see what happens? Or
I think there is a timeline. So one of the things that's happened is we've progressed with a partnership with the city in identifying that there are big projects within our botanical garden that the city, who initially was going to partner with us, cannot afford to do. The city has other priorities. So we very much colloquially in our talks with the city have said, let us take on this project. We'll raise the money for it. And so right now we're in agreements with the city to see if we can just get a lease for this land, and that will allow us to move forward on our own timeline and not be dependent on the city for progress.
what about the federal government in terms of infrastructure building? This is a very important issue, having a botanical gardens in a city.
It is, but there are so many things that governments are dealing with right now And we are just completing a feasibility study, and I think we're very optimistic that we can do at least a strong phase of the garden. We have the support. It's just a matter of getting that lease so that we can move forward. So,
like with the education department and Albemarle supervisors and that sort of thing, having the groups, finally come here and learn.
They've all been here. They're all very supportive. They all understand the project. I do think it's just a matter of getting those details done. And then, my guess is, kind of as a past president, kind of seeing the progression, we most likely will take one of these great ideas, possibly the children's garden, possibly the amphitheater, possibly the building, and we will do a little capital campaign to get it built so that we can show the community what we can do and hopefully spur people on. Now, if we get a couple of really large donors, we'll do more. If we don't, so I think we're very practical in what we're able to accomplish. And
do you have a money goal?
We do. I think that we're saying $25 million to complete the entire project.
Everybody has $25 million anymore.
Well,
They're out there.
but there were challenges. For instance, the city was going to build the parking lot. We will possibly take over some of those things so that we can get moving in a stronger way. So we'll see. I mean, it's all dependent on all of us, and not just volunteers helping us, because everybody who does something for us, volunteer, progresses the project, saves us money. We only have 2 staff people right now. They're working, 24/7. And all of our board is non-paid, so they're all working at their own time. And so anytime a volunteer can take on something for us, that's wonderful. And we have well over 100 and something volunteers, and they've done everything free for us, from managing our website to doing data analysis for us, to doing maintenance in the garden, artwork that's required, sometimes photography that we ask for, all of those things. Yeah.
Grant writing.
Grant writing, yes.
Over the last 5 years, 20,000 hours of volunteer time.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
20,000, that's what it takes? So what about, we can do this. Okay, so what about UVA Sustainability group? So UVA Sustainability.
UVA is building their own botanical garden, as you know.
It's about
and using the same designer that we're using. So we went. I can tell you that we went very early on to UVA, to their School of Architecture, when our garden won our award. We went to them with the full plans and shared with their architecture department what was going on. They were very supportive. They had Mick Youngcam, our designer, come and do a talk at UVA two years ago, the fall right before COVID. It's hard to remember now. And one of the members of their architecture, one of their deans, came and was our master of ceremony for our lectureship last March. So we do with UVA what we can do, what they're willing to do with us. They've sent work groups here to help us. They have fraternity and sorority work projects. They have come here and done many studies. I myself worked with an entomologist getting a doctoral degree from UVA on a bumblebee study on this site 3 years ago that was fascinating. She did a study on my property as well, because I'm far in the South County, and she wanted some comparisons. So I got a little more involved in that than I might normally have, but that was really exciting. So we work with UVA where we can and where it seems like we have alliances. But yeah, I don't know that they'll get involved on that kind of micro level.
So I've kind of been in the mix with climate action groups and C3 with Susan Cruz, the director, and Terry Kent, linked with UVA Sustainability Group. So this plot of land is saving the earth.
Right.
And so they're very interested in, because the students rotate, through the semesters, right now, they're very strong advocates of doing this sort of thing.
Robin, you should talk to our executive director. You really should.
Yeah.
She's the one to carry this forward.
I'm learning about this so that I can do that. That's what my TV shows. But yeah, and thank you for coming forward and giving us the logistics of what to do.
Yeah, so I think that within this next year, we probably will develop a solid timeline and be able to share with the community more where we think we're going to be in 2 years, so that people can get excited about what the plan is. So we'll see.
Yay.
And we thank you,
for your
Joan.
work.
You've been doing a brilliant job.
I love it. I mean, this is my passion. I tell people all the time, coming here 15 years ago from Chicago, Chicago has so many public gardens, and they're so utilized. And when you go to something like the Lurie Garden, and you see the diversity of people that are enjoying those spaces, you realize that every city deserves a botanical garden, and we deserve to have one, and it's within our range of possibility. And this site, which was particularly bad, it was the leaf dump for the city, to rescue one of the worst sites and turn it into one of the best sites is also, like, I feel like that's a good mission. Because, right?
Save the trees with the airport nearby and all that taken up the
So is it-
fossil fuel. This is really good.
Is it 8 acres?
8.5 acres. Yeah, 8.5 acres.
And apparently it wasn't just a leaf dump, right?
Well, there were other things going on here, but
Leaves wouldn't be such a terrible.
we took out, oh my gosh, we took out truckloads and truckloads of things like
Tires.
carpet,
Carpet, yeah.
metal
was under quite a bit.
stuff, mattresses.
Part of a toilet, as I remember.
Yeah, it was rough, and it's still rough. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still rough, but it's
It's so much better now than when
all
It
this
really
we
is.
started on it.
Besides the volunteers, the people who are doing the work, the landscape architect and other people are local, right? So this is also a local economy kind of.
That's right. Water Street Studio is local. They have a wonderful understanding of the ecological approach to design. And so with their guidance, we will do this in a very smart way. We also have, you may not realize, but the Director Emeritus from Lewis Ginter, Frank Robinson, who's just like a wonderful personal friend and mentor, he's been with us consulting for the last 4 years and has been invaluable. Because when he got to Lewis Ginter, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but Lewis Ginter was owned by the city of Richmond and had been sitting there for 30 years. And when Frank got going, one of the things they decided to do was build their building first. You know, they had some gardens there, minimal gardens there, but the building is what allowed them to raise money through programming and stuff to build that garden. So he's been really good for us in telling us all the different approaches we might have to making this project feasible, and also letting us know that the timeline on these projects sometimes is longer than you would want. So
Yeah, I mean, what I was also saying is that this money is going into the community in terms of what people are being paid to do for this project.
That's right.
So that's
and
really
once we
important.
can plant, we can have local native plant nurseries grow out for us, and there's all sorts of
It'd be
things.
nice if some of the volunteers who need to be paid could be paid to do some of this work.
Can I offer this? The median of the West Side Highway in Manhattan was developed by the singer. I'll edit it in. But anyway, she has the senior citizens paid, come out of their apartments.
Oh wow!
Every morning before the traffic.
Is that one of those Bette Midler projects?
Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know of that project.
I
yeah.
was there in the city when it started. Now, you go see the West Side Median now, you will see the most prolific. It's like, I don't even know where they get these plants, but the seniors get paid. And it comes out of the city proffers, so that they actually, not only enjoy getting up early before the cars come, but it's that they have a job, so they have to do it, or don't get paid. But plus they have the time to get up in the morning and tweak their, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things we will be required to do from the city as we move forward is to show what the impact is on the local economy. What will this botanical garden bring in from outside revenues into the city? Those kind of projections are what move these projects forward. So, yeah, we'll have that data.
John, do you have ideas about and the connection?
Thank you very much for being here to the Botanical Garden of the Piedmont for Public Access TV.
Thank you.
Yeah.